What's going on, all you beautiful citizens of the nation? Your boy Sly here, and it is Friday. Sweet Friday, the beginning of all things great, and the last day of the work week. Xursday here. It's freaking pizza night. What beats Friday, pizza and beer and Xur? Nothing. That's what. So what's up, ladies and gents? Hope your week wasn't too painful this time around. Hang in there, guys. It's almost over, but let's get to this video. And as you all know, Fridays, which to us Guardians have lovingly renamed Xursday. It's an exciting time of the week for us Guardians, and it may not be that way right now, but just wait until the next major DLC or Destiny 2. You're going to see Xur hype like you've never seen before. It's going to blow the roof off. So as you can see, his gang tag right now is not at the tower, so that means off to the reef. And as you all know, there's only one place for Xur to hide in the reef, and it's not that hard to find him. So just stick to the right side of the reef, and he's back in his boom boom room trying to call over some of these awoken honeys. Alright, well, let's see what this Warlock has for us this week. You ready? And yeah, that's not too bad. You know, I knew his amazing streak would have to end someday, and while this one here is not mind-blowingly awesome like last week's, it's definitely not that bad. So let's take a look, guys. First up, we have the Titans version of the Crest of Alpha Lupi. After that, a great gunslinger gauntlet, young Ahamkara's Spine. And for the Warlock, we have one of the best looking robes out there, the Heart of Praxic Fire. Finally, the crown jewel of this week's Xursday, and that is the classic Suros Regime. As for engrams, we only have one, and that's a Year 1 Legacy primary engram. So if you're looking for Thorn, and you want to be that guy or that girl, then now is your chance. As for curios, he has all the usual stuff, the 2 Sparrow upgrades, the blue plasma drive, and the green emerald coil. Then the usual 3 packs of heavy synths, the 5-pack 3 of coins, the 3 glass needles, and then the traveler turdlet here at the bottom. Never play with poop, just leave it be. Alright, nation, let's take a more in-depth look at these bad boys, and let's start off with the Titan's Crest of Alpha Lupi. Exotic perk is called Keeper of the Pack, revive fallen teammates, and be revived faster, super gen, and extra orb. Great stats here at 44, 43, intellect, discipline, and depending on your setup, you can make one of them a lot higher. Now, as with most chess pieces, the second column is ammo buffs, and here you can choose between auto rifle ammo and shotgun ammo. Never use extra ammo nodes on primaries, always go for specials or heavies. Finally, the last column has to do with shields and armor, and here you can choose between arc recovery, increased recovery after taking arc damage, and arc armor, increased armor when using an arc subclass. I would go armor all the way. Now, just a side note, when using a striker, you can build your Titan to have maxed out armor. Then when you add this arc armor on top of that, you have by far the highest armor build available in the game, almost doubling that of some hunter setups. Now, this chess piece isn't that great as it used to be, but that's because recent nerfs have turned down the revive time, but it is still way faster than not using it at all. Although, is it worth using on an entire team anymore? I'm not quite that sure, but it still plays its part, and it's better than not having it at all. Personally, I don't think it's worth an exotic slot, but that's just me. So, moving on, let's check out the Hunter's young Ahamkara's Spine. Exotic perk is called Field Trip. Increased trip mine grenade duration, and you gain an additional trip mine charge. Stats are 30, 28, Discipline Strength, which by the way is what I run on my Hunter, and of course you can build up one or the other. I would go Discipline all the way for these guys. Secondary perks are Fastball, increased grenade throw distance, and then Momentum Transfer, bonus melee energy on grenade hits. Finally, these gauntlets help you out by boosting your reload speed, and these guys can give you increased reload speed on auto rifles or increased reload speed on fusions. These gauntlets really are not all that bad, but they are just your typical double grenade setup. Now, the ability to have your trip mine stay out longer in a heavy traffic area, it almost guarantees a kill. So it is definitely useful in that aspect, although the gunslinger has better exotics at its disposal. So I wouldn't use my slot for just an extra grenade. I'd go with like Acmeophage Symbiote for an extra golden gunshot, or the claws to get extra throwing knives. The choice is ultimately yours. Decide wisely. Well, let's move over to the last armor piece of the day, and we have the Warlock's Heart of Praxic Fire. Exotic perk is called Praise the Sun. Further decreases all ability cooldowns while Radiance is active. Greatly increased agility. An absolute beast of a roll here at 89 intellect. I would jack this up as high as it could go. focus all of your other armor on discipline. Now, as with other chest pieces, we have ammo perks here as well. You can choose between scout rifle ammo or sniper rifle ammo, and like I said earlier, never waste this on primary weapons. Always go for special or heavy. Finally, the last column gives us recovery and armor perks. You can choose between arc burn defense, reduces incoming arc burn damage, something to use in a nightfall with arc burn by the way, or solar armor, increased armor while using your Sunsinger subclass. Like I said, use armor all the time unless you step into a nightfall with arc burn. Then switching out to arc burn defense would be a good idea. Now, I like the look of these robes, and if you couldn't tell, they're a little bit of an homage to Dark Souls. They'd also fit nicely with the new emote. The great thing about these robes is that if you plan to use Radiance for its damage resistance, it's called Radiant Skin, having the extra agility and the double cooldown on your melee and your grenades, that makes it freaking awesome. With high discipline, your grenades come back faster than you can throw them, and your melee charges back twice as fast, allowing you to put down anyone within your striking distance. Now, for normal Crucible, Radiant Skin is awesome, and it's totally fun, very underutilized. Of course, in Trials, you want the Fireborn ability, but just going in to have some fun, Radiant Skin with high discipline is the way to go. Alright, well, let's get to the star of the show, the Suros Regime. Now, like most exotic weapons, especially in Year 1, it's an exotic because of two reasons. The first is the ability to switch firing speeds from spinning up, the longer this weapon is fired, the faster it fires, or focus fire. During ADS, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. Now notice that spinning up gives you tons of extra stability while focus fire gives you tons of range. The second exotic perk is Suros Legacy. The bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health on a kill. It procs fairly often. So for barrel upgrades, we have Field Choke, Linear Compensator, and Smart Drift Control. I'd go for Linear Compensator all the way. The last list of passive perks are Hammer Forged, improved range and accuracy, and then Lightweight, which grants +2 agility. Both of these are great in the Crucible, but Hammer Forged is my go-to on every weapon it's available on. Not only does it extend the range, but it also gives more accuracy, which in turn gives you tighter grouping, and that is key with an auto rifle. The Suros Regime still isn't back to its Year 1 glory, but with these last few buffs, it's pretty damn close. And I think that it's in a perfect place right now. It's a real killer to those who use it regularly, and even if you're not a veteran Suros user, you can pick it up and still get a ton of kills. With the auto rifle buff in April, auto rifles in this archetype of slow firing high impact received a buff, and spinning up is a real beast if you can get it to proc while on target. But if you're good at landing headshots, then focused fire is the way to go. By far the most damage out of all the auto rifles when it comes to critical hits. And with its range that far out, it can be a beast anywhere you take it. Everyone loves the Suros, and if you don't have it, buy this before the rest and you'll see why. Well, that wraps us up, ladies and gentlemen. Not a bad week, but again, nothing could top the past two Xursdays. Well, at least not until new exotics pop back in. But I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to stay up to date on everything Destiny, The Division, and new uploads from Sly Nation, Twitter is the best place to do so. Follow at Sly Nation and stay up to speed on everything new with my channel and our favorite games. Well, I'm out, y'all. Have a great Friday. Stay tuned tomorrow as I have a treat for you guys. Can't wait. See you all then. But until then, have a great Friday and an even better weekend. See you guys. This is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.